What's going on? Billy here from Storm Trades with another trade recap. Today we're going to run through a long trade on CL that I took for a 2R win on Tuesday, August 19th during the AM New York trading session. Now, I had a neutral daily bias, and frankly, I wasn't really sure about the hourly market structure. So this trade was almost entirely based upon how price reacted from the 1/3 ADR level, something that I've been playing around with a ton. So anyway, let's get right into it. Starting off here on the daily chart, I'm going to mark off the previous daily high and the previous daily low. Pretty quickly, you're going to see why I was neutral on the daily bias, because I didn't know where the hell it was going. So marking off the previous daily low, previous daily high, I always want to mark a fib on the previous daily candle to sort of see it where we're currently trading in relation to the previous daily range. Now, just looking at this right here, right, we're in kind of a no man's land. Right? I always talk about on the daily, I'm looking for price action that is screaming out one-sided. So are we currently inside some sort of internal range liquidity? We are not. Are we delivering from any external range liquidity? We are not. So when I don't have anything like that, I go to candle structure, right? This is very much how T-Trades figures out the daily bias, right? So do we have any sweeps of previous daily candles? Do we have any strong close below opening prices? Well, we have what I'm calling here a liquidity raid. Okay, today is Tuesday, so this was Monday, so that was a sweep. Friday, that was a sweep of the previous Thursday. Okay, not to confuse you, it's sort of confusing, but anyway, we had a sweep up here, right, and then a close bearish, right? So we would expect price to continue to go bearish, okay, which we did on Monday. We took all out this low right here. So sort of have ping-ponged right back and forth. We have a swing low down here, so that is something to reach for. But if I don't have something that's just clearly jumping off the page, then we just don't have a bias, right? So I'm neutral. Anyway, I have a swing high up here, swing low down here, and we've sort of been ping-ponging back and forth. To me, this is a very clear, right? It's clear that I don't know where price is going. When that happens, that's okay. I typically can get a very good read once I move down to the hourly time frame. As you'll see here in a second, as I pull up the hourly chart, okay, it's also just sort of not real clear. Okay, so and I actually think this is down here. All right. So looking at the hourly chart, we sort of have a coiling going on here, right? This is sort of like a consolidation, and it's not real clear. We have a change in the state of delivery one way or the other, right? So if we were looking at lower prices, I think the change in the state of delivery would be here. We're not there. And if we were looking for higher prices, right, this would be the change in the state of delivery. But we've already come down and we've closed significantly under the midpoint of that. So do we have anything else to look at, okay, so with most recent price to sort of give us an idea of where price is headed? Well, we have an order block here, okay? Now, did this order block go in and take any sort of internal range liquidity? It did, okay? It came up here. So this series of up close candles came up, swept some liquidity here into an internal range liquidity, and from internal, we look to move external. We also had a liquidity rate, just like we do up here on the daily, right? We have a liquidity rate right here, right? So this is a C2 candle. So we would maybe expect the C3 to go lower. Do we have anything to reach for? Well, let's pull up the 1/3 ADR, and I'll show you where I got my trade idea for the day. So we have the 1/3 right here. It's very close to this swing low. Therefore, my idea was, I think I've already probably missed this trade, but I'll look to see if I could trade something to the 1/3 ADR if there's an opportunity there for a continuation. And then I wanted to see how price was going to start to react from the 1/3. A lot of times price will quickly sweep it with we'll get a wick and then a strong close back in, and that would be an indication that we may be actually either retracing or making a reversal. Either way, I'd want to see that. If we started closing strong below the 1/3 ADR, then I would start to look for this swing low down here. So that was the plan. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have been trading this day because price action was not clearly one-sided at all, judging from the daily neutral bias and from the fact that we didn't really have a very clear change in state delivery to work off of. But we did find a way to understand where price is most likely headed. And then I wanted to keep an eye on this 1/3 ADR level. And I was looking for price to do this and at least take that. So moving down to the 5-minute. Here's the swing. Here's the liquidity rate. Okay, that's the C2 candle close, right? Is there any trade here to the 1/3 ADR? I didn't see one. Okay, I mean, perhaps there was up here. 820, I'm not trading at 820. I'm trading at 9. So we don't even get to, we're not even at 9 o'clock here yet. So I'm just watching to see what happens here at the 1/3 ADR. Patient to see what we're going to do, what price is going to show us once we hit this level. This is a key level for me. So I'm keeping an eye on that. I've been forward testing all the pairs with the 1/3 ADR. And if you watch on my channel, you see that I consistently find that 1/3 ADR is a great draw on liquidity. And it's also a great place for a reversal. So let's move price forward here. A little bit, move price forward. And there we take the 1/3 ADR. Okay. And I want to make note that this is a, what at this point, it's a fair value gap, right? And just want to see, do we quickly, right, blow right through that and create an inversion? If so, that's an indication. Okay, there's a number of indications, but that's one of them that we may have found a reversal point here at this 1/3 ADR. And this series of down close candles, right? So we took some liquidity here. Okay, and the series of down close candles, if we come back up through that, that would be a change in the state of delivery. Okay, so we move the price forward. And on the very next candle, we have a strong close through this fair value gap, okay, creating an inversion fair value gap. And it looks like we're getting close to closing above the change in the state of delivery. I'm still watching here, okay? What I'm hoping for is to see a few more PD arrays kind of print, okay? And I'll see what I mean by that. Right now we have one that's printed and confirmed. That's a IFVG. Do I require a bunch of PD arrays? No, but I don't want to get burned on a reversal trade. Hey, price has been pretty bearish here, so I want to have a number of reasons or confluences to feel comfortable getting into the trade. So in the very next candle, we now have a strong close through this change in the state of delivery. We've also created a fair value gap right here, okay? And that fair value gap coincides with this breaker block. Okay, so this is now a unicorn. Now take a look. We have the breaker, that's number 1. We have the change in the state of delivery, that's 2. We have a fair value gap, that's 3. And we have an inversion, that's 4. That's 4 PD arrays. Okay, that's pretty good. If price were to slam through all of those, then that just invalidates the entire move. But I would expect price to come in here at some level, and so I set up my trade to get tagged in at the breaker, and I put my stop below the inversion fair value gap, and that allowed me to get a 2R trade up to this area up here. Excuse me 1 second. Right here, which is the most low-hanging fruit swing point. Okay, now I feel comfortable that price can get up there because I still have the London high up here to trade towards. We still actually have the Asia high, and the 1/3 ADR is all the way up here. Okay, now what does that tells me? It tells me we have a lot of room to run. Okay, so this is a really nice setup. It's a really nice looking setup. And let's see if price comes and gets us a tag, and it did on the very next candle. I will put in a buy order here. Stop loss below the fourth PD array. Okay, that's the IFEG. I didn't go all the way down to the swing low here because I had all these PD arrays sort of protecting my position. Now let me I take profit up here at the swing high at the 2-hour trade, and a little bit of drawdown, but price went up real quick. And it's always nice when the price comes up and hits your target right away. I hope you guys got something out of this. I really get a lot out of doing these videos, and I've seen some people on the internet on X talk about, once they started doing videos, it really helped them. Okay, so it just helps understand the logic, and it also helps when I'm going back and looking at the pairs to see what trades I missed and what trades I lost. Why, if there is a reason why, that's very clear. Yeah, I appreciate anybody watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.